Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at New Republic E-Wing and KE4-N4 from Ahsoka from the Vintage Collection. Okay, so as soon as you open the box, this is what is inside. So you've got that there. I don't believe there's anything in there. You've got the card back figure on the bottom there. Looks like, yeah, there's a wing on either side there, and then the main sort of body itself there. And there might be something in there, but we'll take this apart, take a closer look. Okay, so first of all, you have the instructions here. I imagine it's going to be pretty straightforward. They usually are. So that's what it's like when you open it there, just showing you like the feet, sort of the standing landing gear, folds away there. There's a panel there, all of that, and then there's that there. Then you have this wing here. Another wing there. That's already open, so I'm guessing they open up, and that's maybe how the landing gear comes out there. Like that. I'm guessing it goes, yeah, it would probably go like that, because I imagine it's going to be like that when it's set down. So we'll fold that away for now. Just make sure those doors, they feel a little bit, no, they click shut now, that's fine. And then you have sort of the main body, I guess, and this is the front piece here. I'm guessing that's, yeah, so two more little doors there that open up, and there's the landing gear in there, which is a little bit difficult to grab. There we go. So that's all good. And make your way down here towards the back there. That's the compartment for the droid to go in. That just sort of came off. I'm guessing that'll clip back on. Yeah, it clicks on. And then towards the back there, looks like a little compartment maybe that opens up, or is that part of the, I think that might be part of this. Yeah, so that's part of that. And then, yeah, at the back there, obviously the wings will go on here, and then that's the back there. So yeah, we're gonna piece this together and we'll take a closer look. One other little piece was these two here, which were in a bag, which look like, I'm guessing, sort of turrets, cannon things. So yeah, we'll find out where they go now. Okay, so all set up, this is what it will look like. It's fairly straightforward to put together. The two wings clip on either side. The little sort of turret gun bits go on each wing, and it's set up in a way that you can't really get it wrong. It's straightforward anyway. You've got the instructions though as well. Yeah, and just sort of initially, I sound like a broken record in some of my more recent videos. The paint work is not great. I mean, the paintwork itself is fine. It's all within the lines from what I can see. There's just no paint application. So the actual sculpt itself is nice. Look, they've put all this detail here, you know, all these tiny little bits here, and then they just haven't done anything with it. You could argue that, you know, this is in an era, especially the one we see in the show, it's probably not seen much action. It's probably just flying around. It's not, you know, I don't think it's going to have been to any war zones or anything, you know. But yeah, it's sort of a bit too clean. It literally looks sort of straight out of the factory, if you like, which, I don't know. You know, you could use that argument. Like I said, it's a brand new model, but yeah, like there's just looking at everything else. I did the Armor's Forge recently and everything else, and the paint applications are getting worse. Look at that there. There's nothing going on here at all. You've got blue, grey, and I'll tell you something, this grey in here, I think this does come off altogether, but it is a sliding thing, which is a bit tricky with one hand. I think it does come off altogether though, but I don't know if I'm not going to push that a minute. But in there, that is, you know, there's nothing going on in there. That is the type of grey plastic that you get when you buy something to paint it, which if you're paying the price for these vehicles, you shouldn't have to do it yourself. Like, you know, there's like that in there is, you know, you get these models, they sort of, you glue them together and stuff, you know, like Warhammer sort of stuff like that I've been getting into recently. Maybe that's why I'm noticing the lack of paint applications recently, but I don't know, I feel like it's getting worse. But in there, like I said, that's the type of plastic that you'd buy something and paint it yourself, which it can be a bit better, you know. Like I said, they've put effort into making this sculpt. Like, you know, there's all those little details in there. That's pretty fantastic. I think they've done a good job on that. But it's just, yeah, there's no detail in it, and it's pretty poor in my opinion. And it's sort of the same then around the back. I mean, that's the engine, you know, regardless of what the ship is doing, that's going to be on and stuff. There's going to be some wear. There's nothing there. The only thing I can see where they've done a bit of weathering is that sort of marking in there, which is weird because you can barely sort of see that in there. I noticed it more before I put the wings on. So yeah, like I said, sorry to sound a bit like down and, you know, like a broken record, but it's not great. I mean, look, you've done it there. You just stopped there and didn't bother to do anywhere else, which, like I said, for the price of these things, you know, you've put a little bit of detail there, but it's not enough in my opinion. This, especially when you've got something like the Armourer's playset was this dull sort of sand colour, which it has to be. This vehicle is this colour, but they're quite dull colours, so they just look very boring. If they were, you know, maybe a bit more of an interesting colour to begin with, you could get away with having less, but that just looks, there's no wash on there or anything. It's just, you've got all that there that you could, you know, there's nothing now. So I would say disappointing, but kind of knew that this was going to be the case. This probably will be potentially my last play set or, you know, vehicle type thing for a while, until I see sort of a bit of an improvement maybe, because they're just too much. I can't justify the price for that. But anyway, moving on, this is looking a bit more promising, the figure here. So yeah, there is the figure in there. He's looking pretty cool again, you know. Yeah, he's looking pretty good, and I like that image on there. It's sort of simple. You can see the droid there, the character, but it's, you know, there's not a lot going on there, but it's quite nice. I'm not sure if that's taken directly from the show or not, but it looks good. And then the unpunched card there, the title, KE4-N4. Yeah, he's sort of got this retro vibe, because I believe it's an old design from Kenner when I don't know if it was meant to be R2 or it was just a droid or whatever it was, but yeah, and I think that's what his name is meant to sort of represent. Haven't looked into that all too much, but I have read a few things about it. Yeah, just some info on the back there, VC341. So yeah, we'll open this up, take a closer look. Okay, so off the card back, here is the figure itself, and I'm impressed with this, more so than the ship, I think. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. He actually, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, he looks better in person, like having it in hand. Like the colours on here, they're really nice. Everything is within the lines, it seems, so that is always nice. I believe these come off, maybe. Well, yeah, they're going to come off, but we're not going to take them off now. Yeah, you've got the front sort of, I don't know if it's a leg or a wheel, or, but it's, yeah, got that like that, moves around. I think it comes out a bit, so like that. Yeah, that sort of big, I guess, eye at the front. I'm forgetting all my terms because it's been a while, but yeah, he's looking cool. I really like this figure. I'm not sure how I'm going to display it, because obviously he can go in the ship, but then, and he will look cool in there, but I feel like you're missing out on a lot of it, you know, like he's tucked away in the ship. And I quite like this guy. I kind of want him front and center. Yeah, I think his head comes off as well, Yeah, it does come off. It all comes off, but you've seen all that before. There's been quite a few Astromechs, Builder Droids and stuff like that. So I'm not going to mess around too much with him. But yeah, I will show you how he goes in the ship now. So this part lifts up and just comes off like that. He pops in there and there's a sizable bit of room in there. And he doesn't look any bigger than any other droid, so I imagine that sort of any astromech really, unless they've got stuff sticking out of the sides, maybe with the exception, maybe Chopper won't go in there. But yeah, I think for the most part, most astromechs will fit in there. And then you just pop this back on like so. Or does it go on that way first? You've got to push him down. Okay, so he doesn't just, he locks in there like that, and then that just, I believe it probably, does it go in like that? Probably should have checked this before doing it like this, but yeah, I think that end clips in first, then that, like so. So yeah, he's in there like that, and that's what I was talking about earlier. He does look awesome in there, you know. This thing needed a bit of detail, and you've got it there. Because like, look how much he stands out now. There's nothing going on around him. He stands out so much. He should sort of blend into the detail. The details should continue over the vehicle. But anyway, he looks pretty cool in there. I don't know whether to, I guess I've got to sort of display him like that in the ship. But yeah, he would look good outside of the ship as well. Obviously, I believe there's a pilot that goes in here, but I don't think she's been released yet. I can't remember her name. Not overly interested in that figure, so I probably won't be getting it. I don't know. I feel like I should because I got the ship, but no, probably not anytime soon. But yeah, I think I'll just do the final thoughts now. I don't want to sound too much of a Debbie Downer on this. It's fine. It's not the worst vehicle I've ever had. You know, it does look good. I like the sculpt of it. I like how it's sitting there, like with the landing gear out. It looks pretty cool. I like the design of the ship. That's why I was kind of conflicted on this one, because part of me, I knew it was going to be a bit bland, especially for the price, and I kind of wanted to, I was playing with the idea of cancelling my pre-order almost, but I kept it. I haven't had a vehicle for a long time, and yeah, I don't know. I can't say it's a disappointment because it looks like the promo images. It's more of a disappointment, an overarching disappointment with Hasbro and the Vintage Collection as of late with their, you know, just put a wash on it. It's not that much more difficult. I don't understand why we can't do that. And it would really sort of bring this to life here. So yeah, otherwise I think you know, it's a nice sculpt, if a bit basic, and like I said, it's the price element of it. If you know, you're paying that much, you want something premium. I don't feel it is premium. The figure is nice though. That's I think if the figure wasn't in there, it would be a lot more disappointing. He is pretty cool. And it would probably look a bit better when you've got a pilot in there. I haven't really got anyone to hand right now. I've probably got several people who will fit in there, but everyone closest to hand is wearing a jetpack or is a bounty hunter with all sorts going on. So I'm not going to mess around trying to get a figure to stick in there. I'm sure you can all imagine what that looks like. So yeah, there's not much else to really say on this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know, a thumbs up would be appreciated, or subscribe if you want to see more, unless it is sort of more subpar vehicles, and then I probably won't really be doing any of them anytime soon, because yes, you know, I can't really afford to be, you know. But anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts on it, because like I said, I you know, there's good and bad points to it. I want to know what everyone else thinks of it. Maybe I've missed some stuff on here. I've kind of only glossed over it, I feel like, but you know, there's not an awful lot going on that I can see. So if I did miss anything, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it. I'm always happy to read and engage with people. But yeah, just once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.